Welcome back to the Nameless College Football Show, where what we don't have in a name, graphics, sponsor, any of that stuff, we more than make up for with enthusiasm, handsomeness, charisma, and shame in our own favorite team. I'm your host, Brandon, as always, joined by my co-host, the lovely Petey. Petey, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I cannot believe we've made it to the end of the season.
Yeah.
It feels like this has been just one. Yes. I feel beat to hell.
Yeah.
But we've made it. It is rivalry week. We're here. But first, we have to talk about a whole bunch of shit that has happened this past weekend. It has just been an avalanche of the worst things. And we need to decide which of these things was indeed the worst of the weekend.
This is historically probably the worst week of college football every year. Like the week before rivalry week is always, teams beating up on cupcakes most of the time. So there's not a lot of good football being played.
No.
But it's also, we also have some just real shitty shit going on this week, that in particular.
It was bad. So I want to start with the first thing that happened. You sent me a video of a very goofy-ass football player for LSU who was just running around senior day. He had Brian Kelly's initials on his shirt. They had to pan down. It kind of looked like he was jacking off until they panned the camera down to show him, like, pulling at his shirt. I was like, I don't know about that. So that was weird.
He's holding a rose at the same time, I think.
Yeah, he was holding a rose. He had a Brian Kelly football, and he kept saying, free my boy BK, free my boy Brian Kelly. And it was very strange to me. I was like, this could be the most obnoxious person in the history of the world.
Also, we did free him. Or at least LSU freed him. They relieved him from his duties. I think that's called freedom, right? They're still paying him $56 million.
It's a form of freedom. I do agree. And so just watching this person, I was like, oh, man, this kid, probably the worst. Probably the worst. I don't understand what he's doing here.
I think it runs in the family.
Yeah. So wasn't a surprise to find out that was Brian Kelly's kid.
Yeah.
Did you know prior to this video that Brian Kelly had a child of any sort?
I thought he was too old to have children. Like
we had hoped, right?
At that age. I thought his kids were probably in their 50s.
Yes. Yeah.
Because he just looks like the oldest, whitest curmudgeon that his prime is passed in 30 years ago.
His son's name, not going to help any of my assumptions about him. Son's name is Kinzel.
Kinzel?
Kinzel. I'm guessing that's how it's spelled. Let me also, I want to pull up a picture because everyone needs to know what he looks like. So this is Kinzel.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like Brian Kelly, though, in that picture.
I don't understand. That's another good question. We do need to investigate this. Yeah.
Because he kind of looks like Latin in that picture.
Yes. That's one tough hombre, Kinzel Kelly. So he transferred in from Grand Valley State. Look at these stats. Had 5 tackles in 2 seasons at Grand Valley State. Did not appear to get into the game here at LSU.
Well, if you're only getting 5 tackles at Grand Valley State, I doubt you're going to get much playing time at LSU.
Yeah, so Brian Kelly's wife's name is Packy.
Huh.
I'm not getting any closer to figuring any of this. Okay.
Strange divorce.
Oh my gosh, we've really stumbled across something here, buddy.
The Brian Kelly rabbit hole goes very deep.
You can't get to the bottom of it. Okay, so his wife filed for divorce in February 2023. Her real name is Francisca So she could very well be Latina, which would explain
Yeah.
Kinzel's look.
Or Italian, maybe.
Yeah, I could see that too. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So they've got 3 kids. They've got a daughter and 2 sons.
And the other ones have normal names other than this Kinzel.
Grace and Patrick. The kids said everything was fine in the marriage. They called it fake news. But this is a legal document.
But they did get divorced. So obviously not fine.
Okay. They reconciled after the initial divorce filing, and Brian had the case withdrawn from the courts. And then he went on social media and wished her a happy Mother's Day.
You know, I watched that SEC documentary on Netflix from last year, and I don't remember seeing her in it. You know,
I don't
Beamer's
either.
wife was in it, and the Mississippi State coach's wife was in it. So there was a lot of Brian Kelly in that show, but not a lot of his family.
This has been incredibly jarring for me. I had only prepared to talk shit about his son, and now we're in the middle of a divorce proceeding that did not end in divorce for some reason, and I don't even know what to do. This is
Wow, she saw
terrifying.
the $56 million coming down the pipe, so, you know, needed to stick around for that.
And I guess in fairness to Brian Kelly, which is something that should never be said, he is claiming that LSU is dragging their feet on this buyout payment, and it is preventing him from getting other jobs. So he doesn't
doubt
have the money yet. Maybe she's just with Brian Kelly because she loves Brian Kelly. He's just a great family man.
I don't believe that. But how could... I mean, he's still getting paid. Why does he matter if it gets all paid at once? It's not going to prevent him from getting another job.
That's a good question. I don't know. I think the answer is that Brian Kelly is in every facet of his life, I would imagine, needlessly difficult and curmudgeonly.
It's not like he wouldn't have a non-compete.
No, they would probably love for him to get hired because there's probably offset language like James Franklin where if you get a new contract, the buyout isn't as high.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm not an attorney.
No. So, well, this was originally Kinzel Kelly having the worst weekend, but we have stumbled across this new information that has made me quite dizzy. So that's your first contender. Next contender kind of tied in to LSU, actually very much tied in, Lane Kiffin. So I know we were all fooled by the ESPN documentary of Lane Kiffin having changed. He's a new man. He's found a home in Oxford. He had his whole family move there. The school means so much to him. They saved his life. But surprise, surprise, Florida and LSU come calling with some money. And now Lane Kiffin is once again in the middle of a massive SEC coaching search / fight. And every press conference I've heard from him in the past couple days, he sounds really burnt out on the whole thing. I don't know if he imagined Ole Miss fans would turn on him like this, but I don't know how he did not imagine such a thing.
Right. I mean, they're going to be the fans are going to be pissed off.
Yes.
With the only way they don't get pissed if he just comes out and says, "Oh, I'm not interested in that job at all," and like unequivocally, and then I'm not interviewing at all. I'm here to stay forever. Now he could still do that and quail the storm, but also be lying like he does a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And we love Lane Kiffin, but he is a pretty big scumbag, it would appear.
Yeah, he's pretty disingenuous. A lot of the time, or at least for most of his career, I would say.
Yeah.
But this is kind of self-inflicted by not having a true stance on the matter.
Yeah. And I guess that's the weird part to me. Not really the weird part. That's the part to me that lets me know he is definitely considering leaving. Because this is very easy to squash this.
Yeah.
To say, no, I'm here. But then, like, his press conferences, he's talking about, well, this is a different generation of player, and they understand leaving to go somewhere else for more money, and everything's money motivated. And he's saying all these things, and it's like, okay, Lane, this is probably why Ole Miss fans are angry at you. And so I don't know how he did not see this reaction coming to the point that he looks so almost distraught. Like, they're going to hate you, Lane. You did not. You're leaving them. It's probably their best chance to win a national championship since, like, the 60s.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're planning on leaving them in the middle of that run.
He's basically our Spurrier. He brought us from the depths of hell and made us an 11-win team 3 years in a row, and then we were all mad when he left. But imagine if Spurrier left to go to LSU or Florida.
Yeah,
it would be not just retiring. It would be heart-wrenching.
Yeah. So I just don't know, number one, what he was expecting. And number two, why even go through this image rehab to do this months later?
Yeah. You just undid it all.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a long time to rebuild your reputation, but just one thing will derail it and send you right back to what we thought you were.
Yeah. Where do you think he ends up?
Depending on what he values the most. If he wants to win a championship, that's what he wants to do. That's the thing that he values most. LSU is the place to go. I think he has a chance of doing that at Ole Miss. I don't know if if he really loves being in Mississippi that much. Which I think he kind of does, but younger Lane was very much like a Florida guy.
Yes. I remember when he first got hired, he'd be on Le Batard's show.
Yeah.
Talking about how much different Mississippi was from Florida.
Yeah. Like lakes versus ocean.
He was not very pleased with Mississippi.
Yeah.
And then there is his wife, who he is allegedly trying to reconcile with, who has moved to Mississippi to be with the family, is from Florida. Her dad was one of their star quarterbacks back in the day, probably around the Spurrier era, honestly. And so you've got that extra thing. He does seem like a Florida guy, but I think you're right. And LSU probably offers the best chance to win.
Yeah, it's the only big school in the state. That's recruiting on that level. The next closest is Tulane. And it just you've got so many resources that they can put behind you at LSU. And Florida has not been good for a while now.
Yeah.
So we're not. We think of when we grew up, we remember Florida from the 2000s. They were winning national championships. They had Urban Meyer, Tim Tebow, Chris Lee. That's not Florida anymore. The last four coaches they've fired?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, because it would be Napier, Muschamp for sure. Mullen.
Yeah. And there's McElwain?
Yep, McElwain, yeah. So, I don't know. It's weird to me to even consider leaving simply because you have built Ole Miss up to this point, and it is easy to rebuild something quickly. South Carolina Gamecock athletic director, but if you're already there, I don't know why you would want to start over, and I don't know why you would want to do all this when you have just commissioned an ESPN documentary talking about how you would not do this anymore.
Right. And I think LSU makes more sense as far as it wouldn't really take much to rebuild. And I don't even know it's really just rebuilding. It's just like probably just getting a competent coach.
Yeah.
And whereas Florida is going to take a lot more effort to get wins.
Yeah.
And then I think it's going to be, you're right at the you're right at the cusp with Ole Miss. You're probably at like what the threshold you could do at Ole Miss is. I don't know you can really win in this era. I don't know you can win a national championship at Ole Miss. You'll probably be always like a fringe playoff team. That's probably what you'll be at Ole Miss. Whereas if you're at LSU, he could be like the next Saban.
Yeah.
At LSU, and if he's there for 10 years, they might win 6 championships.
Yeah. So we'll see, but very goofy weekend for Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Next up, this was just ridiculous. Okay. Syracuse started a freshman lacrosse player at quarterback. Okay. And they lost to Notre Dame 70-0. I missed the first part of this game. I did not realize that it was 21-0 before Notre Dame even touched the ball on offense, courtesy of 2 pick sixes from the freshman lacrosse player, Joseph Filardi, which is
and a block punt, right? And a
block punt return for a touchdown and 2 interceptions. 21-0 before your offense touches the field. Is there really no one they have better than a freshman lacrosse player?
Did they
finish with 3 picks?
Did he play the whole game?
They brought in a kid, another freshman, and I've seen how they didn't want to burn his red shirt, but then they brought him in. They might burn his red shirt. At this point in Syracuse's season,
this toast. Yeah.
Yes. Do not burn this kid's red shirt.
And they looked good for the first few games until I don't know how you say his last.
Angeli, I think.
Yeah. Until he got hurt, they had looked like a fairly decent ACC school.
Yeah.
And they were talking to what's his name, Fran Brown, about possibly would he be interested in the Penn State job. No, not anymore.
No. That ended quickly. We were texting Angeli should be in Heisman consideration.
Yeah.
Because
he fall off that drastically.
Tore his Achilles in the win against Clemson. And then they have just been terrible since. They have not scored more than 18 points in the game since, and they've lost 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row, all 7 under 20 points, under 18 points. Like,
you think that in this day and age, well, I guess you can't. I see about like the transfer portal. Like, what if you just went down to like the local JUCO school and just grabbed a quarterback off their team and just come over? But technically, that's against the NCAA rules.
That's where we're headed, though, right? Where the junior colleges are like a feeder program for the big schools.
Like the NBA will go sign the guy for 10 days.
The G League, yep. Come play against Notre Dame instead of. I do think that's funny to use a lacrosse player all of a sudden. I mean, and he did play high school quarterback, but he's like 5'10", 170. Like the kid looked like a lacrosse player.
Was there no one else that had played? Like you didn't have like somebody that had like played quarterback in high school and was converted to wide receiver or something?
That's what I'm wondering. Because I mean, it makes me think of like Dak Joyner. You don't have like a Dak Joyner type on your roster who actually somewhat resembles a Division I football player. You've got this lacrosse player out here, and that was just absolutely pathetic. I don't understand the thought process there. But I'm not Fran Brown. Good luck, Fran Brown. That was just terrible. Like I don't 70 to nothing, 70 to 7. I'm sorry. I don't want to short y'all.
Right.
70 to 7 was the final score. They did almost come back. Filardi scored a touchdown he ran for a touchdown with 7 seconds left. Unfortunately, there was not enough time left to complete the comeback, but 70 to 7, they lost to Notre Dame.
Wouldn't you just like stopped throwing the ball?
Yeah. After the second pick six, I think you have to stop throwing the ball. I think it's just we're not going to win it already, so we're just going to try to not get embarrassed, and we're just going to run it every time. And you're going to beat us 35 to nothing, but you're not going to beat us 70 to 7.
Right. Just at that point, it just becomes just run the clock out.
Yeah, and I went back and looked at the picks, and they were just terrible throws. They were exactly what you would expect them to be. Also, important to note, the combined yardage on the interception returns was more than he completed to his own teammates in the game.
Of course.
90 yards in interception returns, 83 yards in actual passing yards for Filardi.
What was his completion rate?
14 for 26, just below 50%.
And they tried to throw it 26 times?
26 times. And got 83 yards in those 26 attempts.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was very sad. Who else was terrible this weekend? Kind of a ridiculous / scary / what are we doing story.
Yeah.
The breakfast stabbing at Central Florida. I guess the players got in.
Teammate of the Year award goes to.
Yes. So I guess there was an argument the previous day, and so this player, I'm sorry, I said UCF, UAB. Let me get it right. No one was stabbed at Central Florida. People were stabbed at UAB. Whew. So I guess there was an issue the day before, and so offensive lineman Daniel Mincy, Mintz is a very stabby last name, showed up at breakfast and stabbed 2 teammates.
Well,
it's a hell of a way to start the day.
Yeah. It's making a real statement about how much you dislike your teammates, apparently.
Yeah, stabbing them is a bit much.
Yeah, is this a symptom of Trent Dilfer?
Probably. I don't want to say anyone deserves to get stabbed. But if we are ranking people who deserve to get stabbed, Dilfer's got to be at the top of the list. Unfortunately, he's gone. And I will say we're allowed to joke about this because the players were released from the hospital. So they are thankfully okay, it would appear. But I guess the official stance of the Nameless College Football Show is don't stab your teammates.
That's on. I've painted it on the wall. Don't stab teammates. Yeah,
yes.
So we remember at all times.
Yes, everyone remember that. Do not.
Yeah, I remember in the locker room of every high school game we played in, we always had "Don't stab your teammates" on the wall above the doorway, and just would hit it with our hand as we walked out. It's like,
play like a winner today. Also, don't stab your teammates.
Also, if you have a knife on you, please put it in your car.
At least let me finish breakfast. So I will share the picture of Daniel Mincy, who this looks like a man who is on his way to stab his teammates. Like, this is not a very jolly fellow.
He looks real happy. Also, the hairdo, I don't know what all that is. Is it braids, dreads, a mix between the two, and a couple ponytails and pigtails?
I'm not going to critique this man's hair at all, because what if that's what started this? I think he's got very nice hair. I think this is very unique hairstyle, and I, for one, appreciate it. Okay. And the one that hurt me the most here, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, what the fuck? The entire ACC conference. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Yes.
Like,
Someone do something. Fire truck is going past right now for some reason, making sure Kobe does not howl at it. Not that I could stop him. But, yeah, the ACC in general, you are terrible, and you should feel bad. But this was particularly bad because wasn't it win and you're in for Georgia Tech? Like, all they had to do was win this game.
You're in, and they decided to just give Pitt 28 points.
Immediately. And they were just never in it. And this was something we did talk about it some last week. That defense at Georgia Tech
is awful.
Yeah. Like,
now, so Georgia Tech did have a chance to come back and make this a game, but Haynes King threw a pick. It was a pick six that would have put them. They were driving and would have gotten within 7, but then threw a pick six and then they're back up to 21. And then Pitt does this. It's a 14-point game, and Pitt runs the fake punt that everyone knew was coming, and then falls on their face.
I did like Pat Narduzzi's quote after the game regarding this. He said that was just him being a dumbass, I believe is what he said.
I agree.
That's just me being a dumbass. And I like that kind of, that's refreshing. Yes, that's what it was. I'm a dumbass. That was the quote.
7 minutes left in the game, and you just, you're up 14 points. Just punt it away.
Yeah. You can't help themselves. So, okay, we've heard the candidates. Petey, I'm going to let you decide who had the worst moment of the past weekend.
I want to say the stabber, the guy, but
that's a bit much.
I think it's the Syracuse quarterback.
That was tough. Yeah, that's the kind of performance where you might end up getting stabbed.
They're going to remember being stabbed.
Yeah, you might get stabbed playing like Syracuse's quarterback, and justifiably so. Yeah. The UAB kids, they did nothing wrong. They got stabbed. That is unfortunate, and that is bad. And we're glad they're okay. Syracuse quarterback.
We don't know what they did to this guy to make him stab them.
We do have to get to the bottom of that. What if it was just
we do know that the Syracuse guy sucks.
He does suck. Yeah, this was tough too because Kenzel Kelly and the divorce stuff. That was a lot.
It's more embarrassing.
Yeah.
Can't imagine what kind of relationship he has with his father. That is kind of a. I can't imagine doing that for my dad. If my dad got fired, he got fired.
I do hope young Rocket does not grow up to refer to me as his boy BS. That would make me sad.
Yeah, I think
I've done something wrong.
First, that you're his boy.
Yeah,
and it's son, not boy.
No. Free my boy BS. That would be bad. So
yeah.
Okay, now it's time.
You can call me his boy.
That's true. His boy Uncle Petey. Free my boy Uncle Petey.
His boy P.I.
Yeah, P.I. Those are the actual initials, but it's so confusing. Okay. Speaking of PD and why I have that on my brain, it is time for the Captain PD CFP playoff picture. Once again, we're getting down to it. And
it's getting, coming to the close of what we're going to see out of this playoff picture.
Yes.
And there hasn't been a lot of up front. There hasn't been a lot of change yet. But we'll go through it. Ready?
Okay. Number 1,
Ohio State.
Been like that since I can remember. Number 2,
Indiana.
Yep. Number 3,
Texas A&M.
Ah, shit. Okay. Number 4,
Georgia.
Yep. Number 5,
Ole Miss.
Number 6,
Oregon.
I feel like we've forgotten about them, but they're still
what, 10-1?
Yeah. They're good. They're just lost to Indiana.
You play nobody.
Yeah. You can win so long as you only play one good team.
Last week they beat Southern Cal, and that was their first their first win against a ranked opponent all year.
Very sad.
And they've only played another ranked opponent.
That must be nice. Number 7.
Alabama.
Hanging on.
Yep.
Number 8.
So this is where it gets tricky, but I think I'm basing this also on what I've seen the playoff committee do. For some reason, they value Oklahoma more than they do Vandy. I think it's a toss-up between the two. I think Vandy is a better, more rounded team, whereas Oklahoma has the win over Alabama. It's just what is going on here. So Oklahoma at the moment. That could change.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Diego Pavia's mom is getting a lot of camera time.
He is.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know what has happened in recent years where we start, when there's a good player, we start bringing their mom into the picture. Like we did it with, what's his face? He went from Duke to Notre Dame. Skinner? Riley?
Leonard. Yeah, Riley.
Yeah.
Riley Leonard.
Yeah, and then there's always when there's a star quarterback or something, like we'll bring in some downtrodden family member or something, or their mom's their best friend or somebody. Why do we? I don't care about their family. Do they win football games?
I do think there's like a hint of this. Hey, this player's really good. Don't you want to fuck his mom? And it is very strange to me because no, I don't. I can appreciate his talents without doing that.
Yeah.
So that is my second brave stance. 1, don't stab your teammates. 2, I can appreciate you as a good football player without wanting to bang your mom.
Yes.
We
also,
have principles.
Don't really need to meet your family. Not important.
Do the football thing.
Yeah.
Leave us alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Your family is your own business. It's not the rest of college football's business.
No. Okay, perfect. Number 9.
Texas Tech.
Number 10.
Notre Dame. I think there's better teams, but the playoff committee is going to put Notre Dame in as long as they keep winning.
For sure.
Yeah.
What do you think? I know the conversation is Notre Dame versus Miami. There's been a lot of talk around that.
Yeah, but can you not just look at these teams and see what they are right now and know that Notre Dame is clearly better than they were, the first 2 weeks, and Miami has drastically dropped off. They're not as good as what we like. They are obviously not as good as what we thought they were going to be. They struggled against Virginia Tech.
Yeah. Well, what about head-to-head? That's what they all say.
Well, who gives a shit? Look, I mean, that was 3 months ago.
Yeah, that was a very long time ago. I agree. I want the best teams at the end of the season in the playoff. I do not care about, I guess at that point, we'll just put in FSU because they beat Bama to open the season.
Sure. Yeah.
We got to have some sort of.
They haven't won a game since, I don't think, but.
No. But they beat Bama head to head. I don't know. It's just goofy.
But no one's holding that loss to FSU against Alabama that much.
No. It happened early in the season. It's how it's always been, for better or worse. Like, if you lose early in the season, but you figure things out, there is some grace for that versus a team that falls apart in the middle of the season or towards the end of the season. Whoop-de-damn-do.
Yeah, I would rather be gaining I'd rather see a team that's gaining momentum going into the postseason versus a team that is limping in.
1,000%. Okay, number 11.
Whoever wins the fucking ACC,
yes,
there's I don't know, Virginia, Pitt, SMU. There's 5 of the 28 teams in this conference. I think there's 7 that can make it in somehow, and I don't know. I think of the chances It's probably going to be SMU getting in and probably Virginia getting into the ACC championship game, and then whoever wins between those two. I think those are both terrible teams. Or not terrible, but just not really good teams. They're just bleh, ACC teams. So unfortunately, we'll have to watch another ACC team get smoked in the first round of the playoffs.
At least it should only be one this year.
Yeah.
So I think like the general what you're trying to convey that I agree with is who gives a shit. It's one of these teams from the ACC.
Yeah.
They could draw it out of a hat and no one would care because you're right. They're just going to lose.
Right.
And there's nothing interesting about them.
It wouldn't make a difference. Like
no, have that kid run out there with his lacrosse stick
Yeah.
and lose, and we'll just move on. We're probably at the point where the playoff maybe should have been like 8 teams.
Right.
And they figured out.
Or we just we do away with the automatic qualifiers. It's like, why are we even pretending that this like an ACC team should be in the playoffs?
Yeah. Yep. So no one cares at number 11. All right. Number 12.
JMU. I think they have the best chances to be the group of 4 that gets in. They're currently ranked highest, but there's, Navy, Tulane, North Texas right there behind them. So it's based on what the CFP or the committee seems to value. They value JMU the most. So I think it's going to be JMU.
And I do care about these teams because I love a Cinderella story. I care about them way more than I care about the ACC. Okay. It is rivalry week. We need the most exciting, most important, and best non-Big Ten SEC game, starting with the most exciting matchup of the week.
Most exciting. I think it's going to be Vandy and Tennessee. Rivalry game. 2 really good offenses, and Tennessee has no defense, really. But, man, I mean, they can both put up some points.
This is very funny because they did the mom thing with Joey Aguilar's mom, too. And Aguilar is also joining the Pavia lawsuit, getting more eligibility for JUCO guys. So they are like, this is, I believe, first time in 8 years that Pavia will be actually facing off against a quarterback who is older than he is. Aguilar is older than Diego Pavia.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's worth it just for that. But I think there's going to be a lot of points scored, a lot of moms shown, if you're into that sort of thing. And so I think that will be fun. Okay. Most important game.
Most important, Texas versus Texas A&M.
Yes.
So for some reason, because Texas has the Texas emblem, they get overvalued. If they go and beat Texas A&M, obviously, I think Texas A&M still gets in because they're going to go to the SEC championship game, but they're probably going to overvalue that win by Texas and put them in, even though they're a 3-loss SEC school.
That would be crazy. I cannot believe we're here with Texas A&M either.
Yeah, right. I mean, they've got a really good. I mean, I really like Elko.
Yeah, he's incredible.
They put so much money into that team. Just shows you how terrible Jimbo Fisher is.
Yes, yeah, that's probably the real story. Jimbo, please stay away from college football.
He wants to come back, man.
Gosh, oh fuck! I didn't even mention Art Briles got a Division II coaching job.
Oh, he did.
Worst of the weekend, yeah. So that's probably the winner, actually, because I mean it's Art Briles. Google him. But yeah, A&M. ESPN's matchup predictor is favoring Texas in this one by the slimmest of margins: 51.5% Texas, 48.5% A&M, and the spread is close too. I don't know.
I mean,
know Arch.
Texas has been. I mean, Arch has been on a roll here
Yeah.
recently, but I mean, they haven't beaten anybody worth talking about, and they got beat by Florida. I know that's been a while back, but you know, they had to come back and win against Mississippi State. They just
Almost blew the Vandy game.
Yeah, they just look bad. They've
Yeah.
not. Well, I mean, they look good now. They have a good defense still.
Yep.
I don't trust, man. I don't trust Arch at all. I just don't
No.
trust it. I don't trust their offense at all.
No. So I can't believe this is happening for Texas A&M because they are the Scientologist of college football. So very upsetting. All right, the best non-Big Ten SEC game.
Miami and Pitt.
Miami, you want to talk?
Yeah.
Here's your chance to beat a team that is somewhat good in your conference.
Both of them, I guess, still technically have a chance of getting into their championship games. I mean, I think Pitt is in if they win.
Yeah.
But man, I think they're both going to be like fighting hard to get into the playoffs here and into the championship. So, and they, like Miami is ranked like 13th or something like that,
Yeah.
which is bonkers. But
Yes.
so if they win this game and then some crazy shit happens, do they get into the playoffs? I hope not.
That would be such a big mistake.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's going to be. I think it'll be an entertaining game.
Yeah. Miami's favored by 6.5. You're counting on Carson Beck in a big game
Yeah.
and Mario Cristobal in a big game. Good luck with that.
We've seen that.
That's all I have to say. It's just
Yeah.
good luck with that.
But you know, Pitt's got that freshman quarterback.
Yeah.
And, you know, they did do some dumb shit last week against Georgia Tech, but it didn't bite them in the ass. So it could be, you know, I think it could be pretty entertaining.
I think it's going to be close because it's at Pitt too. So I think we're going to that's going to be a good one. I think 6.5 is probably a little bit wide of a spread.
I don't know how cold it's going to be up there in Pitt, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot colder than it is in Miami.
I'll tell you, it's supposed to be 37 degrees at kickoff, according to what I'm looking at, if that is correct.
That's crisp.
So I wouldn't be out there. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know how you are in cold.
Yeah, I don't fuck with it. Plain and simple.
And ice.
Yeah, no, those are my two things. So I hate mountains, bats, roaches. Yeah, I think there's plenty more, but those are the big ones.
Varmints of any kind.
Correct. Speaking of things I don't fuck with, Peter, do you hear that noise? That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Gamecocks Football Captain's Log, brought to you by Morris Island Charters. Captain Petey, an offensive explosion for the South Carolina Gamecocks. It was against Coastal Carolina, but South Carolina won 51-7. They will surely give Shane Beamer a tenured extension as a result.
Yeah. And also, this is not the Coastal Carolina of years past. This is a severely diminished Coastal team that was used. I mean, I'm used to them winning their conference every year, even when they moved, you know, up to FBS level. So
No,
it's not an impressive win by any means.
no. Is there anything from this game that filled you with optimism and joy? Okay, I agree.
This is a glorified practice. It was not. So you know, maybe we saw this impressive practice that Beamer has been.
Beamer's always talking about. This is the one.
Yeah. So I don't know what We finally got to
Yes.
see what he was talking about.
Whew.
But yeah, this was not anything to you can't take anything away from this game as far as like good or bad.
I agree.
Other than,
This was just
Sellers didn't get
congratulations.
promoted. So.
Yep. Good stats all around, but who gives a shit? I agree. Let's just look ahead to the Palmetto Bowl against Clemson Saturday, 12 noon, SEC Network. It was supposed to be on a big network until they realized, both these teams are terrible. We don't want to show people this. So, really, what's the point of this game? This is just start there.
The only win/loss that comes out of this game is if we win, I think we have saved Beamer's job, and if we don't, I think he's gone.
Which
is not really a metric that is consistent with good decision making. We've seen enough either way, I think.
Yeah. I agree. Can we win this game?
Yeah, because Clemson sucks too. They beat Furman last week,
45-10. Yeah.
So lower quality of opponent than we played. Scored less points. We get them at home. Do we cause enough havoc in the backfield for Klubnik to make dumb decisions? Possible. We're fairly evenly matched, I think, as far as team. Normally there's a clear favorite in this game, but we've got Sellers. We still have a terrible offensive line. If our offense can score some points like they did last week and in the first half of Texas A&M game, then we probably run away with this game. But I don't know that team shows up.
Yeah. Beamer did it. He got us to the same level as Clemson. So his fifth year, we're eye to eye with Clemson once again. Unfortunately, it is at the bottom of the college football world.
Yeah, Clemson falling apart completely.
Yes. Yeah, this is a team that will give up points. They gave up 46 to Duke, 35 to SMU, 34 to Syracuse. So the problem is I just don't believe in our offense, even though I do think we've certainly looked better since Shula left. I don't know how we would have looked worse.
Yeah. There's only one way to go.
Yep. So, Furry as the play caller, you have not been as bad as Mike Shula. Take that however you'd like. Congratulations. What do you think about the people who have seen the job that Furry has done in these two games and would like to hire him as the offensive coordinator?
No.
Correct. And
we need an elite coordinator. And we've got, if we can hold on to Sellers, we have a chance of getting that. We also have, if we can hold on to Sellers and Harbor, we have a chance of getting one. We need still a lot of help at running back and an offensive line and tight ends. But if we're going to have any chance of competing in the SEC, we have got to put up a shit ton of points.
Yes. And this is something, too, like if you fire Shula when it looks like it's not working out, and maybe we get 6 games of seeing Furry, 5 games of seeing him against high-level competition, when we have that run that was terrible against all those top teams, and we look like a team that's doing something, maybe we steal 2 of them, then we can talk about, maybe he should keep the job. But A&M and damn Coastal, no. Especially A&M, we didn't score anything the second half. We couldn't do anything the second half of the game. To me, that's just more...
That's more of an A&M problem than it was us being good.
Yes. And it's like, this is just kind of where a portion of the fan base falls into this weird, treating us kind of like a high school football program, where it's like, let's just promote this guy who's done something for 2 games.
No one is doing well that promotes from within in this day and age. You've got to go out and get a high-profile guy, somebody that's putting up a bunch of points, knows how to put up points.
Yep. So let's ask the Dolphins where they are laying their entertainment porpoises this week. South Carolina is actually favored by 2.5, and ESPN 63.6% chance to win this game. What do the Dolphins have to say about this? Am I reading this correctly?
It sounds crazy to say this, but the Dolphins think we are a 3-point favorite.
There you have it. I've sweated through my
entertainment porpoises on the mighty Gamecocks.
I've sweated through the armpits of my Carolina shirt because I can't believe it. So that would be fantastic, except it does mean there will be Beamer next year.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. That will do it. Happy Thanksgiving. Petey, if the people want to come eat turkey and look at the Low Country Seas on a wonderful Morris Island Charters lovely boat cruise, they can bring their turkeys and everything. How do they find you?
MorrisIslandCharter.com. Email me at morrisislandcharters@gmail.com. Call me 843-608-8006. Instagram, Facebook, you can find me there.
He is easy to find, so find him. All right, that will do it for this week's episode. We will see you next week.
Bye-bye.